In today's video, we're going to take a look at another knife from the folks at Jeo-Tec over in Spain. By the way, they did tell me my pronunciation was correct. It is the hard J pronunciation. But we're talking about the Jeo-Tec number 21. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. And the folks at Jeo-Tec were kind enough to send me another one of their knives so we can check out here for Sharp Saturday. This is the Jeo-Tec number 21. These are made in Spain. Pretty cool knives. We've had, I really like these knives. We've looked at several of them in the past. They all have performed very, very well. And I expect this one to do just as well also, but you know, we got to check it out, right? So, and also we got to give a big shout out to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible. If you're not familiar with Big Daddy Unlimited, they're a membership site that allows you to buy things to go bang and things with blades and all kinds of cool outdoor gear at near wholesale prices. And they do that because they don't have to charge the minimum advertised pricing because they are a membership site. So you can get your first month's membership for just 99 cents at survivalonpurpose.com/BDU. Check it out and see if it makes sense for you. And if it does make sense for you and they save you money and you continue your membership, they'll throw me a couple of bucks. So it is a win-win for everybody. So that's Big Daddy Unlimited. And now let's take you down to the old stump top and we'll take a closer look at this Jeo-Tec knife. Yeah, it's Jeo-Tec, not Jeo-Tec. I promise. Okay, here's the Jeo-Tec number 21. And let's just talk about the specs of this thing real quick. So first of all, the overall length of this knife is 9.65 inches. For those of you still stuck in that old metric system like they probably are over in Spain where this is made, that's 245 millimeters. The blade is 4.33 inches or 110 millimeters of 0.2 inch thick or 5 millimeter thick Bowler N690 cobalt steel. The handle is micarta, available as micarta or cocobolo. The micarta has these nice, really nice looking red liners in it. You can see it's a full tang, thick, heavy duty steel. Exposed pommel here. The weight of this knife is 10.8 ounces and it comes with this really, really nice leather sheath, which is a multi-carry sheath. You can carry this thing scout carry or regular carry. It's got a ferro rod loop on back. It comes with this, just a basic, you know, cheap, generic ferro rod. A little pouch on front with a little stone in it, and the stone says it is a Jeo-Tec natural whetstone. So grain, thick grain, I don't know what that means, but there it is. And I've kind of just set the striker for this ferro rod down in here like so, and then it'll snap right down there and just kind of keep it nice and contained. It's a nice little snap there. And by the way, the weight with the sheath is 18.7 ounces. And you can see this thing is really designed to fit in here really well. It's cut out for the handle. It's just a really nice little package. It's got a little leg lanyard on it with a loop there. So there's that. The price on this knife is about 130 bucks, and I think the only place I've seen them available is on Amazon. A couple of other features. It's got a nice little finger choil here, but honestly, that's a little, to me, that's a little small for fingers because, man, that little corner right there, is sharp, sharp, sharp. And you get your finger in there, you're going to get cut. So I think, again, I don't understand the concept of making these choils at this size because it's not really big enough to put your finger in, but it's way bigger than you need for a sharpening choil. So you kind of give up some blade space, I think, but it does have a nice finger guard here. So and then it has an exposed pommel with a lanyard hole in it. So and some nice little, you know, not too aggressive. They're aggressive enough to grab, but they don't really hurt my thumb, that jimping there. So, and then a nice kind of a flat grind with a secondary bevel. So all in all, it's a very, very nice knife, and it seems to be looks good and it feels good. Let's just see how well it does that knife stuff. Okay, here is the Jeo-Tec number 21. And you can see it is a pretty good sized knife, but it's not huge. So, but it's pretty thick. Again, at 0.2 inches or 5 millimeters thick, that's a pretty solid blade. So I thought we'd try to be standard here. We're going to start with the redneck sharp test. Then we'll do a little bit of chopping because it's not really a chopper. It doesn't even have a big flare here. I'm going to give it just a little bit. Maybe do some batoning because you know me. And then we'll do a little carving, maybe try to get us a fire going, and then we'll probably get all scientific with this one. So let's get to it. So first, the redneck sharp test. Let me just, I'm gonna change test media and go to the other arm. Let's see. Oh my gosh, man, that thing is, by golly. Wow, would you look at that? Oh yeah, that's sharp. Okay. It passes the redneck sharp test with flying colors. So let's do a little bit of chopping. I got a piece of oak here. And this is a pretty good size piece of oak actually, but we're just gonna kind of chop on it a little bit and see how well it does. And then maybe we might even try to baton through it, but I'm not gonna go crazy with it because it's not an axe, right? So here we go. Think it'll break now? Let's see. Nope, not yet. Pretty solid. This is oak, okay? There's no way that won't break. No way. It's breaking. Whew. Told you it would break. So, as you can see, that was some solid wood, and so far the edge is just fine. Now it's hard, okay? But if you needed to chop through a smaller piece of wood to make a shelter or whatever, this obviously could get it done. I would consider this very extreme for a knife. But I wanted to get us a little short piece out here to mess with, so now we're gonna do this baton. What many people still consider this abuse, but I don't think so. We're gonna see. Admittedly, a flat grind is not the best splitting grind, but I'm gonna give this thing a shot anyway. Let's see. So you can see the stringiness of this wood. It's not like splitting birch, right? or poplar. I mean, it splits on a curve even, you know? So, man, that's some stringy wood. All right, so we'll leave that here. Let's just see how well this thing might carve some feathers in this really, really gnarly, nasty oak. Because it's nasty and gnarly, and I don't even like carving feathers with oak. We'll give it a shot. Because it's got a great edge on it. It really does. Wow. I don't know what the angle is on that secondary bevel, but it's almost perfect for me. So, give you a little close-up of how fine these curls are. And those are really, really fine curls. Like I said, this edge, I'm not sure what that final angle is of that final little bevel there, right there. But it's great for me. I know that. It suits me very well, I'll say that. Because it's really, all their knives have been pretty easy for me to carve with. So, there we go. So there's that. Now, you know where we're going next, don't you? It would be criminal to not bring out the fat wood. So let's see, got a little hump on that fat wood. Let me just see if I can carve that little hump off there. Oh my goodness gracious. And then we'll carve some, well, get you over there just for fun. I like to scrape with fat wood. Now the spine on this thing doesn't feel super, super sharp. Let's just see what happens, okay? And man, it's doing pretty stinking good if you ask me. Wow, here, get a whiff of that. Doesn't it smell great? Look at it, oh yeah. So, the wind's blowing a little bit, put you back in storage, and let's see what happens with the old ferro rod. So first we'll try just the shavings without the fat wood. And because I like to do that, because you might not have fat wood if you've been some sort of a failure in life and haven't prepared yourself and brought some with you. But I was just kidding, don't get mad. Okay, so I have got myself right here my Jeo-Tec Fire Rod XL, which I really like. It's probably my favorite ferro rod ever. We'll see if this thing will strike a ferro rod, because it's a little rounded. It's not flat. It doesn't really have a super flat spine, but it does have a pretty good little edge right there. So let's see. Oh yeah, man, it throws some sparks out. Oh, okay, it's going. I got him. I got it burning, but is he going to continue? Nope, try again. I got a nice fluffy pile here. Okay, one more try. Okay, it's kind of damp. I think it's been see, it's kind of burned, but it's just been out in the, it's been raining here for, gosh, on and off for the last week or so in Georgia. So let me just show you why I love me some fat wood. That's why I love me some fat wood, right there. Okay, so that was the practical testing portion of the video here for the Jeo-Tec number 21. And again, I had confirmation from the folks at Jeo-Tec that my pronunciation is correct. So there you go. But I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with this knife for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's not a chopper. It doesn't have a flare on the end to catch your fingers or anything, but it did surprisingly well at some basic chopping. I was pretty impressed by that. Second of all, I don't know, again, I don't know what secondary bevel they have on this flat grind edge, but for me, it is a really, really good angle. It carves really well in my hand, and this thing just fits really well. Like right here, I can just kind of hold it right there and get some really, it just feels really balanced and useful in my hand. The flange was, I mean, the spine was actually sharper than it appears. It's got a little roundness, a little curvature to it here, convexness to it, but the edge is still pretty sharp. You know, it could be a little bit sharper for me just to be able to strike better, but it did okay. It got the job done, and the handle's pretty comfortable. So, and I think it looks good. And again, every one of these I've tested have performed very well, so not bad there. And around $130 with a really, really nice leather sheath is probably a fair market price. Again, these are handmade in Spain. I don't know what handmade means. They probably cut them from blanks and put them, assemble them together, whatever with it. Whatever it is, they do a good job. Again, the only negative I would say, if it is a negative, is I just think that it's just a design feature. I'm not digging the big choil there. To me, that just seems like a waste of real estate, but it doesn't hurt anything. It just kind of puts you that far back from the cutting edge when there's no need for you to be that far back. I'd rather it have edge all the way down to here, you know what I mean, and just have a little sharpening choil, but that's just me. I didn't design it. So anyway, that's the practical stuff. But and I'm rambling a lot, I'm sorry. As you know, here at Survival on Purpose Worldwide Headquarters, we're all about the science, and we maintain a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge knife testing facility. And one of the tests we like to put everything through is the aerodynamic balance test. And to do that, we use our balance, orientation, and rotation device. So, should we test this one? I think we should. Let's see. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, wow. Ooh. Okay, I always hate it when that happens, and I love it. I hate it because it's always more fun to make it stick, and I'm always just got my fingers crossed. I hope I didn't just break something. But I love it because I love it when I can bring the knife back and show you that there's no problem with it. So shall we try again? Whoop, 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 whoop. No better that time. This might be a little better. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time. Whoop, 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 whoop. High and right, but it stuck. We're gonna call this one balanced. Okay, we're gonna call this one, as I said, balanced. That was a hopefully reasonably coherent look at the Jeo-Tec Model 21. I think we beat the heck out of this one pretty good, and it took a licking and kept on ticking. I'm really impressed with this knife, like I have been with all the Jeo-Tecs, to be honest with you. So I like the sheath. The sheath is rock and roll good. The ferro rod that comes with it's just a generic Chinese ferro rod. The handle will probably come off. They have come off of every one I've ever had like that. But just throw some duct tape around it, you'll have a great handle. And the stone, I don't know if the stone's any good or not. I've not had the opportunity to use them, but it can't hurt to have it. And if nothing else, you got a little pouch there. So anyway, I'll quit rambling. Thanks again to the folks at Jeo-Tec for sending me this so I could show it to you. Put a link to this in the video description below. Again, the only place I think they sell these in the US is on Amazon. And as always, thanks to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for being such a great place to get some great deals. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a new video every Friday and Saturday, sometimes random videos throughout the week. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single one, just in case cancel culture catches up with me, I want to invite you to go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe. Sign up for my weekly email newsletter. I really appreciate the support once again. My name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.